Well, thank you for joining us on Mullet Family Midweek. I'm so glad you're here. I hope every one of you are having a wonderful, blessed week. So the video I'm posting is a bit short. Last Sunday, Marvin and I went out by the garden and we decided we're just going to do a chat and talk about life here on our little piece of land in northwestern Montana. And while we were talking, we had about 20 minutes to half hour. We're sitting there chatting away. And when we got done, I checked my camera. And to my utter disappointment, my phone said it's out of storage and it had only recorded a little bit of what we had talked about, which was very disappointing. Later on, we went back out and tried to redo it, but by then it was much darker and it was raining. So we just decided to give it up, and I'm going to post the little clip that it actually recorded. So I do think that I never saw a bear, but we think we did have a bear in our garbage container. I remember one night I did not have the lid closed. So we always try to have that lid closed. There's one thing you don't want. If a bear knows that there's food on somewhere, they just keep coming right back and they become extremely clingy, and that is something you don't want. So usually in the fall, bears are going into hibernation. They're desperate for food, so they often come roaming around the property, especially if there's dog food or if they smell chicken feed or dog food, they usually like roaming around. So having a dog around that barks and lets me know if an animal is around, or even somebody. A couple years ago when we first started building on the property, there was this elderly gentleman that loved to come around, and he would come around with his dogs, and I didn't know the guy, and it was like I was always suspicious he was roaming around in the dark, a peeping Tom. But I think he's quite harmless. I met him a few times, and he's lived here for years and years, and he just wasn't used to having someone else building close to his house. Welcome to our Sunday.
It's evening, it's dusk, and we've had a little bit of rain here the last couple of days. Significant amount in our part of the woods.
And it's been chilly. Quite chilly the last while. It's been so cold that I actually started a small fire the other day.
Yeah, high in the mid 50s. We didn't get a lot of rain. It's been kind of sprinkling and drizzling. From the buckets that have been out and about, everything I've seen, it's less than half an inch from what we've got. But we're thankful for every drop that we get.
Yep, I've seen the vegetable plants pop. I mean, they're really growing.
Yeah, they're doing.
My tea, it's just a dark green. It's really coming.
Yes, it is.
So guess what? I think we had a bear in our garbage container.
Yeah, the boys were out playing, and Morgan came in and says, "Dad, there's piles of trash bags, trash bags and piles of trash in the woods, all kind of strewed around." I think that's a bear, which does not surprise me.
Yeah.
Something that I really enjoy doing is I have trail cameras out, kind of just to monitor what's going on, especially with the predator, because we have critters, and gives me something to look forward to on the weekend. And I went Saturday afternoon. I went and checked 2 trail cameras. The ones I got a moose, a couple coyotes, a bunch of deer, and that's about it. But I have one that's a little bit further away. And that one I have a female bear, a mama bear, a sow, with 3 cubs.
3 cubs.
Yeah, I have 3 different shots. They were kind of milling around there for a while. It's a black bear, brown in color. And I think the video clips are 7 seconds long.
Could I post them at the end of the video?
Definitely could.
Make sure to stay tuned till the end of this video, and I'll try to post some of those pictures.
So yeah, maybe we'll show you some of that, and then also the same video camera. A week and a half ago, I also got a black bear that was on there. just a lone black bear. Looks, I didn't see any cubs. And then some elk. This time of year we have elk down low, and it was pretty neat because they were relaxed. Looks like a cow and a calf, last year's calf, were just standing around browsing, eating brush.
And today you went hiking and you saw a grizzly bear, didn't you?
Yeah, I went up maybe 10 miles, and I'm always looking for places, you know, good vantage points to glass with a spotting scope, places that are closer to hunt for maybe elk or mule deer. And when I left the truck, I just kept thinking about a grizzly bear, a bear.
Did you have bear spray?
I didn't take it with me.
Oh,
I left it in the truck. I thought, well,
you could have been a burrito, a bear burrito.
I know. So I was going to walk up this logging trail, maybe a quarter mile or so. I kind of looking for trees, for firewood trees. But it was open and nice, so I just kept going. And about a 3/4 mile in, all of a sudden, anyway, I saw on my phone, on the OnX, that there was a big clearing up there. So I'm going to walk to the clearing. I'd never been up there before. And I get to the clearing, and the logging road goes straight, and the clearing is off to the right. And all of a sudden, I heard a crash and a bang, and I look, and it's maybe 50, 60 yards away. Not very far. And the first thing I thought of was moose, because it was really dark brown. And then I was like, no, that's not a moose. I saw immediately, once I got a look at it, it was kind of running through some brush. And when it got in the clear, I saw it was a bear. I never did see the head, but I've never seen a black bear that was that wide. It was a really dark brown for the most part, but across the hump, shoulders, it was kind of silverish, like light brown.
Very good chance it was a
yeah,
grizzly.
really good chance it was a grizzly bear.
And that wasn't that far from here.
The good thing is he was I think more scared of me than I am of him. But
well, yeah,
I did end up going a little bit further,
dangerous.
but I do have to say that after that, every noise, I was on high alert.
Yeah, you
a
have
woodpecker
to
starts hammering real close to me, and I just about jumped around. Yeah.
Yeah, we used to have, where we used to live, if you watch some of our earlier videos, we actually lived just down a few miles from where we live right now. And we had a lot of bears there too. And, you know, Spud is getting older, and he doesn't bark as much as he used to. He doesn't hear very well. I was always used to that if there was a bear or some wild animal around, the Spud would let me know, but
yeah, we can't.
These days he's so old, he can't hear very well, and his hips are kind of sore, so he just kind of walks around like an old dog.
Kind of what he is.
Yeah.
But talking about national forest, that's a big part of where we live. There's a lot of national forest here. Most of the land in the county is public national forest. And the one thing in the big beautiful bill that they're trying to slide through is selling off a bunch of national forest.
Yeah,
Fortunately,
my,
Montana, Steve Daines threw that out. So Montana's not included in that, but across the west, I think there's maybe 5 million acres.
Oh my.
Quite a bit of land. Not that much compared to like all the national forests, but this is something that our forefathers, the first one that comes to mind is Theodore Roosevelt. The steps that he took to put national forests in place for the future generations. Well, they're trying to take that away because that's a one-time deal. When it's gone, it's gone. Like, they can't, if a sale is made and somebody builds a big complex on it, they can't say, you know, we decided against it, we got to move on, we're going to put this back. It doesn't work that way. So that's something that I think in the next week we're going to find out if they are going to push that through, if it's going through or not. I've heard that the senators and legislators were quite taken aback by the response and the pushback that they're getting from sportsmen, outdoorsmen, people who like to hike and recreate. The pushback, they're like, no, this is not who we are. You're not representing us if you're trying to push this through.